Next up on our list of things to install on this motorcycle is a Denali Soundbomb. This is a Soundbomb split. These are great. Here it comes. So the Soundbomb is a fairly loud horn. It's a compressor. We've got some zip ties and some hose. Looks like a relay of some sort. A little bit of mounting hardware, not a lot. Another zip tie. And a set of instructions. That's all you get. This power relay. What's in the box? This is it. They don't even include the wiring for the relay. I mean, I guess this would work off the existing horn. Not sure. You have to purchase additional things for the Denali Soundbomb. One of those additional items that you have to purchase to install this correctly is a mounting bracket. This is the mounting bracket. This Soundbomb was sourced from Admore Lighting in Canada. If you're in Europe, I recommend ADVbikeGuy. The guys at ADVbikeGuy are excellent. They can supply you with everything you see here, including this bracket. I also purchased this came from ADVbikeGuy. The wiring required to connect this correctly to the EasyCan, which is where I want to have it connected. And it's a nicely finished piece of wiring. Connects to the bottom of the compressor. And the nice thing about this, once you have this powered by the EasyCan, you can now set it so that when you honk the horn, the lights will flash on your fog lights, whatever lighting is connected to the EasyCan. So these are additional accessories you will need to purchase. The cable, and there's an instruction manual and a mounting bracket with some screws. We'll have a look at we've got an instruction manual in there. We'll open this up. And there's some mounting hardware there as well. So here we have two mounting brackets and an instruction manual which tells you how to mount it. Quite honestly, I think for the price of this thing, those mounting brackets should be included. Okay, so what's in the box is displayed here. And it looks like they have mounting instructions. These are for the R1300 Adventure. So they want this mounted at the front crash bar down low. And the compressor, this part here, mounts with this bracket. So this is a little better installation, I think. This probably goes up underneath here or something. This mounts in behind the left cylinder, is the way they're talking about potentially mounting this. Okay folks, so we're doing a little prep work here. The bolt for the Soundbomb goes in here with the bolt head in this plastic groove that you see here. The bolt comes up. You've got this little rubber slider, which is like a spacer right here. And then the bolt on top. Now I've got this just tight, and this will mount to the engine casing on the front crash bars is where this is going to mount. This is the same situation this is the rear mount. This will mount behind the cylinder. I'm going to go with the official Denali mount because, quite honestly, in this motorcycle, there's almost nowhere else to mount this. You can see this is the Denali bracket. This will slide in here, and this will get tightened up. And then this will use one of these longer screws to bolt this to the engine case. In the cases of this particular Denali setup, both of these mount to bolts that are on the engine casing. So we'll get into that now, get this mounted up. Okay, so the directions call for the removal of these two bolts here, this one and this one. and then the bracket will attach with the screws provided into these two bolts. These are Torx. So you can see the two screws have been removed. These do not have any Loctite. So I've got the mount ready to go with the two screws in it for the Denali. These are a hex fitting, not a Torx. So I'm just going to snug this up. I'm not sure if these Denali screws are stainless steel or not. We'll find out. So that's the basic mounting. You can see the Denali is there, and the two screws are now in, and we'll need to torque those. So I've tightened these two screws. 4 Newton meters is the torque spec given by Denali. In my opinion, they had a little more torque than that on from the factory for this engine case, but that's 4 Newton meters. This has been tightened down. This is rubber here, so this got a little bit of play in it. So isolate this, I think, and it's now mounted correctly. Doesn't impinge on the mount for the fog light, so it looks good. Interestingly, the previous way I had the Lone Rider lights mounted, they probably would have interfered with this mount for the Denali. Something to remember. So for the rear compressor mount, they want us to remove this screw right here and attach this particular bracket to it in here like this. This is fairly tight. Unfortunately, I don't have any smaller sockets. So we're just going to put this piece of cloth here, this in place, and we can back this out. Now it's loose. I can take it out by hand. Surprisingly, these are very tight, but you do not want to lose these screws. BMW screws are expensive, so whatever you do, put these in a safe place where you won't lose them. Okay, so this is the replacement setup. We'll put that in there right now. We'll tighten this in with a ball end hecky. And we'll just snug it for now. There is a torque value associated with this as well. Okay, folks, here's the Denali compressor. So this is the cord connected to the EasyCan. I've put the two connectors on the bottom. Now these do sit out in the environment and the water can splash up in there. So I put a little dielectric grease in there to keep those nice and, shall we say, free from corrosion. This, if you remember, is how it mounts, is on this piece right here. So here's the bolt, and this compressor just basically will sit on that bolt tight like that in this position. So I've removed this whole panel so that you can see how the wiring goes. Once this is tightened down, this I'll probably will tighten it so that it sits kind of like that. And this cord will go in behind the panel, and I'm going to bring it up through here. This is the boot for the drive shaft, so you probably want to keep it away from that. And it is behind the panel, so I'll probably route it up like this under here, and we'll bring it underneath and up inside the under this seat here in this compartment here. This is really tight in here. I mean, it's really tight. So there is not much room to even get this cord through here, if any at all. Okay, so that makes it easy. We'll take these two connectors off. Those unplug. Hang you there for now. So I think this will be easier to route this way. Yeah, that's a lot easier than the sort of larger connector for the EasyCan. There we go, that's better. All right, so there's plenty of cord here now. This will route up to the EasyCan. Be able to bring this down here. I'll probably zip tie this to the frame, and we'll install this back on the bottom of the Denali compressor here. So on the bottom, there is one with a negative sign, one with a positive sign. These point inwards. The negative sign would be the black cord. So we'll put that back on there again. You can see there's still lots of dielectric grease there. Keep things from getting corroded. There we go. Make sure those plastic covers are on there and it's on there nice and tight. So this routing, this will now go into there. We'll tighten this bolt up, and this is we need to torque this bolt, tighten this bolt. We've got plenty of wire to route. The plastic cover, the wiring will go nicely right in here, and then we can route it, plenty to feed to route. So let's get things tightened up. Torque settings required for this are 36 inch-pounds, so 4 Newton meters. Just want to protect the framework, that's all. It's a brand new motorcycle. And this is not very much torque. And that's really it. So I just want to make sure that this is in fact on there properly. This bolt is very soft steel. Just want to make sure that's about the right amount of torque. Before you fit the pump, you also want to install this hose. There are no real clamps given with the hose to hold it in place. It just is a sort of a friction fit. So the hole goes there like, the hose goes there like that. I'm going to route the hose up underneath here to the forward part. So that can hang down the bottom now. Slide this bolt out. This back into here. And we'll be ready to tighten this up. That's pretty tight. Not quite tight enough yet. A little tighter. There we go. That's tight now. Bolt's not touching the engine case. The hose can route under here as well. Like so. We'll zip tie this to the frame. And this hose will have to go through. Yeah, nice if that was out of sight. There we go. So now this can route up under here. I don't think it will zip to come through here. No, it won't. So yeah, it'll have to be zip tied to the frame. And then that should work. That's an engine mount. Okay, folks, it's time to test this out. The Denali is connected to the yellow feed from the EasyCan, and it's been programmed as a horn. So we'll power the bike up. I've got the lights to come on without the engine at this point in time because I've got the EasyCan set so that when the horn honks, the front lights will flash. So to test this horn, I'm in a garage, hearing protection. So powering down the bike. It is seriously loud in a garage, but it's working. Reset the headlights. I have my headlights set for only when the engine's running. So that, folks, completes the Denali installation. I'm going to zip tie the wires, get them nicely tucked away, get the cover back on the side. Pretty straightforward stuff. I'm going to make sure the hoses are on nice and tight and cut it to length. It's a little bit long right now, but the installation should be nice and clean.